Okay, there we go. Sorry, I've been doing stuff outside. Oh man. So I swear this family's cursed. My family has been cursed for generations. So anybody that follows me on my other social media, you've seen I recently created a GoFundMe for some stuff that's going on that I just have no idea about. So just start at the beginning. I appreciate everybody sticking with me through this. I'm gonna try to keep the story as short as possible. If I need to update later, I will, maybe to get more detail. But pretty much what happened is I got a phone call a few weeks ago from a title company down in Texas saying, "Hey, we're trying to do a genealogy chase on your grandfather and find his heirs and who owns this property down here." So there was a rumor of a property on a lake that was owned by the family that I thought my grandmother had still had possession of, but apparently no, that's been sold. So we were confused. We're like, what property are you talking about? So he gave us the address, excuse me, and all the information on that, and then was able to tell me a bunch of stuff. He chased me down. He knew who the grandkids were. He knew a bunch of stuff. So I was like, all right, this is something to pay attention to. And I worked with this guy for a few days, just trying to get as much information out of him as I could. Like, what the hell's going on? So to backtrack, what this property is back in the 70s, him and my grandmother bought 20 acres and a house. And when they split up, and I have these documents, when they split up, my grandmother won in the divorce, got all marital assets handed to her, according to her divorce decree. Then she also signed over rights to sell the property because that was the deal. He was going to sell the property. She said, go for it. And so she told him, here, you can sell it. What he did was, apparently, this is all of my understanding of the situation. So apparently he sold the house and 5 acres, and he kept 15 acres, and he didn't tell nobody. And they divorced, didn't tell nobody. He remarried, I guess, didn't tell nobody. And so he died recently in like 2019. So what happened was the taxes went unpaid. So these land guys that go around looking for properties to flip and make a deal on, hey, you sign them over and we'll give you a portion of whatever we sell it for, and they sell it for cheap pretty much. He seen the unpaid taxes on it and was like, all right, let's find out whose this is. If nobody claims it, let's see if we can't get it. Well, here I am like, oh, well, that's my family. So, and the drama there, it's the whole story is so ridiculous. So the drama there is that they divorced because grandpa got with grandma's best friend. You can imagine how she felt about that one. And so there's a lot of animosity when it comes to our family, her family. And when they split up, grandpa pretty much just disappeared. They had 3 kids together. My one aunt, she died at like 11 or 14, so very young. Actually, we think that was like Agent Orange issues, them spraying power lines and them living under them. So she died of cancer. And then so is my aunt and my mom were the 2 children left, and both of them passed away a couple years after he did. So the last people alive in like our family and lineage is like me and my grandma. I'm the last descendant of my grandpa. And, my grandma's like in her 80s, and she's struggling so hard to like just live off Social Security and whatever aid she can get, man. I mean, she barely makes it. So he disappeared for like 15, 20 years, whatever. He came back. He reconciled with everybody. I worked with him doing because he had an engineering company back in the day. And I worked with him a couple summers as a young man, teenager in high school still. And then he got back with my mom and her sister, and everybody was getting along and everything was fine. But so he passed away. And I struggled because it was in the COVID area, and I think he just had a bunch of complications of getting sick, and it just went south. But during his hospitalization and his decline, what happened is that his current wife's children, his stepchildren, came in and they got him out, and he was out of it. I mean, he wasn't even all the way there. They got him to change his will, to alter his will, and just cut out my mom and everybody completely, took over all assets. There was an inheritance. My mom was struggling too. My sister was extremely disabled from her father shaking her. So she could never hold a job down without giving up being able to take care of her daughter and me. And we've just always have struggled. I mean, it's just been a mess. But they changed the will and just cut everybody out. And I couldn't even, there was a promise of, hey, you graduate on time, good grades, yada, yada, you'll get a truck. Just an old Sierra, 1990 Sierra, like just an old truck. But I was like, hell yeah, truck. And then he collected Corvettes, and he had a current one. And so there's this, I know it sounds stupid, but I didn't want anything out of him besides like things that were sentimental. Like my grandpa's identity was a Corvette collector, electrician, Corvette collector, good Christian Southern man. And we like guns and stuff, and there was like family heirloom guns that were my mom learned to shoot on when she was young, and we just didn't get anything. I mean, they just nothing, not even asked to be wanted anything from him, from his legacy. And that's just, I understand the shitty situations, but like, that's still my grandpa. I wasn't involved. He didn't divorce me. He didn't do nothing. Like, that was just the man that I knew was my legacy. And so it's just a super tough situation, right? So of course this title company interested in this property that is, according to the county, owned by my grandfather at the time of his passing, and was never sold, no deed, no nothing. They're calling everybody. So now current wife knows, those stepchildren know. They're trying to go through lawyers and circumvent whatever ownerships by paying the taxes off preemptively before anyone can do anything about it. And they've caused a huge problem. Again, family feud, and I'm the only one capable of dealing with it on my side. My biggest goal is I would love to see grandma get a cushion. If we're able to take, I don't need to take anything from somebody, but if something's rightfully ours, I want that. And if it's rightfully hers, I want her to have that. Grandma needs to be taken care of. And that's like my biggest thing is like, whatever happens, grandma, you're getting it. We'll just make sure you're good. I'm good. I got a job. I'm working. But she's not slowing down anytime soon. I mean, that woman's going. So the whole point of my GoFundMe is to get some legal help. I need a lawyer. I need a guy that knows what the hell to do here, knows the rights. What can I do? What do I have on my side? And just really, I need to know what is going on with this. There's a trailer on this property that nobody knows about? I don't know what the hell's going on. And I need somebody better than I am at getting it done. So I'm asking everybody if you could please donate to my GoFundMe. I'm going to keep this updated. I'll make sure you guys know what does happen out of this. But I need funds so I can get a lawyer, so I can get some legal help on this and figure out what the hell is going on, because this is just the craziest thing I've ever been involved in. And it's just a headache. So once again, guys, if you stuck through this whole video, thank you for checking it out, hearing me out. And if you can donate, please share it with everybody. I'd love to figure this out and tell you all what's happening here. So, all right, appreciate it.